Hi everyone. I found some really interesting information that I'm just going to share because it's we live in such a fantastic world, and a lot of it is related to light. And I just decided to look up something because I watched Super Delta Bravo's these little things flying around in a video he put up, and someone else named Lou something, and he has all these light things flying around. I was just wondering what that could be. I don't know, but I typed in this photon research and DNA because some of those shapes look like twisted DNA, but bigger, of course. And I don't really understand DNA anyway, how they look at it or what it is. So I got this page. Okay, there's 3,880, and just look at all this. Biophotons. You can look up biophotons. Researchers turn photons into work using DNA. I don't understand what that means. Turn into work. Does that mean they can do something? So that's from March 10th, 2011, but if you look down, does DNA emit light? Mind science, DNA radiance of health and disease, DNA research. Here is some other things down here. For example, memories may be stored on your DNA. Biophotons. So a lot of organizations are studying biophotons, and even DARPA is looking into biophotons and sound, and how sound has an effect on DNA and biophotons. So I went on to go to this one just to have a look, and I just stay on here briefly so you can see if you might want to go back and check this out. Okay, researchers turn photons into work using DNA. I'm not a scientist at all, so this is pretty hard for me to understand. But I would like to. Okay, so if you want to check that out, turning it into work. I wonder what that means by work. Showing the greatest significance of this work is showing how the structure of DNA can be exploited to amplify the transduction ability of azobenzene. Azobenzene creates fluorescence. So that is really interesting. Azobenzene. I have a feeling that azobenzene is in maybe in the sky, because here, isomerization. Alright, I think you have to kind of take time to learn, like go to school and learn chemistry and biology, and don't have time for that, but okay, that's one. Then just wanted to point this out to people. I found this in barium ion clouds right here, because I was trying to find out what is in the clouds, and we know barium is in the clouds, but I just came across this where it tells about an experiment that air glow and aurora. And that is from the date 1993. Air glow and aurora, because we know the skies are having rainbows all over them. So here is an account of barium releases made over the Caribbean during the summer of 1991. So they observed this, and if they did it in 1991 and they release barium, of course they're going to do it again. So they want to study. So they did 3 times the third ion cloud that had unusual wave-like deformation of an ion sheet surface. The wave structure of ion sheet surface was observed during 30 minutes. So it seems that the barium causes wave-like deformation. Maybe it's not even magnetic resonance going through or something like that. The potential long lifetime for more than 10 hours, small-scale deformations of the ion clouds will allow checks of ionospheric convection models and studies of ionospheric E-fields structure. E-fields. So I have to go look up E-fields because I don't know what that is, but I don't have time. Okay, so there is that. So you see where it is. It's the SPIE Digital Library, okay? Okay, speed up here. Fluorescence, resonance fluorescence in barium ion clouds. Okay, you have to purchase that to read it. And that is from Cyverse. But resonance fluorescence in barium ion clouds. So how do they know if there's resonance or fluorescence unless they put the barium in the clouds, barium ion clouds, okay? They've done it, of course. Okay, now this is something really, really getting to be kind of creepy. And it's this. Dendrimers. Dendrimers are something that is totally freaks me out. Dendrimers are like these tree-like things. It comes from the Greek and it means trees like dendrites that we have in our brain, but the scientists are experimenting with dendrimers and they grow and they branch out and they replicate and they use nanotechnology and they're sticking little pieces of metals in there and then they wrap around it and then they release them or they use them for drug delivery or they can penetrate cells and release their cargo. That's what they call it, cargo. So I wish everyone would go and check out dendrimers. Another thing that's really creepy that has to do with dendrimers too is antennas. So some of these dendrimers have antennas in them. Guess you'll have to verify that yourself. Alright, because I looked at a lot of stuff and it's been a few days, I've been reading it for a few days and then when I go to sleep it makes me forget everything and then I have to come back and then I get busy and so this is just kind of a just pointing people in the direction that about biophotons, dendrimers, and azobenzene, which fluoresces. Barium fluoresces, azobenzene fluoresces, and that is being used a lot in these science experiments. All right, so before I move on to something else, I want to show you. So you look up dendrimers, okay? That will lead to a lot of things, okay? Dendrimers in bioorganic chemistry, they're putting it in medicine. Why are they? Okay, it's think of nanotechnology. It's really creepy, very, very creepy. This is if you want to find a cool page for latest physics things that they're working on. This is a really great one where people announce their research. Physics Today, and it just has all these great things that are going on. Okay, here is dilution-induced self-assembly of a dendrimer host guest system. Who's the host? Who's the guest? I don't know what it means. But look, no comments or anything. This is science that's going on that we aren't paying attention to, and scientists are meeting. They have their third annual Dendrimer conference. So you know this technology is new if it's the third annual. It's just like transhumanism. They've had the third annual. This is only a few years old, all this technology, and will affect us. Okay, sinkhole update. Get rid of that. My computer's a bit overloaded right now. Okay, now this Dendrimer, this side here, okay, this is table of contents for this book. And this Dendrimers, it doesn't open. I wanted to open it. It's 120 pounds, oh my gosh, towards catalytic material and biomedical uses. Now this book, this is the table of contents. Just have a look. It is like this. It is so huge, and it's all about nanotechnology, carbon nuclear magnetic resonance, fluorescence, intrinsically fluorescent dendrimers. These are going inside of people. And look how much information this is. This is the table of contents. And see this, azobenzene containing dendrimers and dendrons. You can go to YouTube also and watch some videos on dendrimers, and they have fractal dendrimers. They grow like trees and they branch out and they can connect onto things. Look how long this is. Seriously, this is huge. It goes over here. They self-assemble. So nano imprinting with dendrins and dendrimers on solid surfaces. They're going to use them in medicine, maybe in, who knows? I mean, this is a lot of information. Okay, so be aware. And then here we go. Okay, I try to get this smaller. Air Power Australia. High energy laser directed energy weapons. All right, have a look at this. There is a laser plane. This is really fascinating, and that is, I typed in phased array antennas with optimized element patterns. And because antennas, it's really what's happening. They're putting antennas in medicine, in nanotechnology, in pills, in antennas are in the skies. Antennas are the thing that will connect and link. And I was inspired to look up this information because of the birds that were disoriented and falling into the ocean, because I had read a study on electromagnetism and life, written in 1982, I believe. And the birds they did some studies there, the birds become totally disoriented when they turn on an antenna. The birds can't find their way. It messes up their magnetic sense. All right, so they have these HEL programs, high energy lasers, early high energy laser evolution, Peace Through Light, Peace Through Light, Airborne Laser Lab Program. The reason that this site is so interesting and easy to read, because it's written really, you can understand it. Air Power Australia, okay? So now I'm going to have to get off here because it's already 14. But Peace Through Light, people. Isn't that great? Peace Through Light. But you can read the history of the optical fiber laser technology, where they're headed, what they're trying to do, and see pictures of the planes. They're really cool. and all about the